What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another War Within video. Hope you're all doing very well. There were some big patch notes that dropped in the middle of the night. We're going to go over them. There's some huge changes in here that I want to talk about. This is happening on Tuesday. Right now it's Thursday, so you got about 4 days or so. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, about maybe four or 5 days. We're going into Wednesday right now, or into Friday. But the point is, these big changes are happening. And we're going to go over all of them. I got some warrior stuff to talk about at the bottom. There's some big classes and specs being buffed that I play personally, which is really cool. So let's start with Augmentation Evoker. Yo, I really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe on the video. I got to get some coffee. Bye. Augmentation Evoker. The Narrowbar Palace 2-piece is getting nerfed again. Are there people still using the Narrowbar 2-piece? Because if so, that's insane. That's from season 1, guys. That's not the current tier. That's the old one. With the recent buffs to augmentation's personal damage, this older class set has become stronger than it. Like, that's insane. There's no... I can't even believe that's even possible, but whatever. It's getting nerfed. So there's no actual nerfs to augmentation, realistically, which is good. Prez is getting super buffed. I literally was playing this on stream today, having a blast, doing a Chrono Warden Living Flame Spirit Bloom build. Guess what? Living Flame healing up by 30%, Spirit Bloom healing up by 20%. Echo's base healing is doubled. This does not apply to how strong the copies are, but it just makes Echo actually heal for more, rather than it just being a setup spell. Right now, it's literally just a setup spell to copy whatever your next spell is going to be. So these are big buffs to Prez. Maybe we'll see more Prez in Mythic Plus. I don't know. All the evoker specs are getting into a really good spot now, right? Dev has been good for a long time with the Flame Shaper build. Aug has been getting buff after buff after buff, and they've been getting really good now. They're going into like higher keys now. Prez is kind of the last one, and I think these are some really huge buffs that are going to push one of the most popular builds, which is the Chrono Warden build. So we'll see. I think this is pretty good for Prez, in my opinion. Survival Hunter getting some big buffs. Feeling a little left out, I guess, because Hunter is getting all the spotlight. Explosive Shot and Fury of the Eagle, both big AoE buffs. So I guess single target is okay for Survival. Maybe their AoE is lacking a little bit. I mean, that is a really big AoE buff right there. So I have not been tracking them. I just know I've barely ever seen them. Like, I see one every 15 keys or something. You'll find a Survival Hunter hanging out. I'm like, whoa, I forgot you existed. And he's like, yeah, I'm still here. Frost Mage, all damage dealt increased by 3%. I don't know that they needed this. I've seen a lot of Frost Mages in keys now. Again, I don't know if this is being tuned for the raid or whatever, but in terms of Mythic Plus, I've seen a lot more Frost Mage recently, which is pretty cool. And I'm glad they're getting more buffs. I just don't know if they actually need it. They seem to be in a good spot, in my opinion. Obviously, Arcane Mage is kind of the premier thing right now, but good to see Frost getting some love. Lightsmith Holy Pally. If you guys have been watching my stream, twitch.tv/ZucoVibes, I have been playing this over and over again in all of my keys, doing plus 14s, plus 15. I'm almost resale 14 now. I mean, we're just pumping on Lightsmith, and it's getting buffed even more. Hammer and Anvil going up by 20% is crazy. That is crazy. I just crested 40% crit. I'm now sitting at like 40% crit and like 35 haste all the time, baseline. Like, it's insane with our gear. So the crits are going to be real, and those judgment crits are going to be doing even more healing than they're doing right now. Like, a 20% buff on this it's massive. I don't even know how else to talk about it. It's just absolutely massive. Really, really cool. Shadow Priest finally getting some love. And guess what? We don't know how to buff Shadow Priest. We don't really know what to do. So we're going to buff Psychic Link again. Do you know, like, the roller coaster that Psychic Link has been on? It used to be like 50%, I think. And then it went down to like 40, and then 35, and then 25, and then 20, and then like 15. I think it went down to 15%. And then it went up to 20, and then 25, and then 30. And now it's 35 again. Like, it's literally just been like, boop. It's crazy, man. It's so crazy. I think they really don't know what to do. Anyway, whatever. Halo getting buffed. I like that. I prefer the Halo build over the Void Weaver build. So I think the Archon build's kind of fun, actually, with all the Mind Flay Insanities that you get. The procs are like so strong. So Halo damage going up is also huge for that build. Maybe we'll see the pendulum swing back towards Archon versus Void Weaver. I mean, especially the deeper you get into Mythic Plus keys, I think that the Archon tree gets a lot better. Sub, all damage up by 5%. Okay. Moving on. Resto Shaman. Farseer Resto Shaman. Another build that I'm playing. If you've been watching stream, I hate the totem build. I hate it. So I love playing Farseer. It's insane. Look at all these buffs. Elemental Reverb now increases Riptide healing by 20%. Was 10. Maelstrom Supremacy now increases health of healing of Healing Wave, Healing Surge, Wellspring, Downpour, and Chain Heal by 25%. Instead, it was 15. That's crazy. Offering from Beyond now reduces the cooldown of Riptide by 3 seconds. Was 2. That's really big, actually. You get 3 charges of Riptide, and then every time you summon an Ancestor, you cool down part of your Riptide. So you just you can just press it. Every other GCD can be a Riptide. Hydro Bubble absorption up by 25%. Good. It's kind of weak right now. Hydro Bubble lasts longer. So I guess they were finding there were situations where the Hydro Bubble was just wearing off and not actually getting any benefit. This is huge. I do think this could swing Resto Shaman towards Farseer. I really do. I think Farseer was not that far behind Totemic, and now it's like definitely on par. It's huge. These buffs are massive. Destro Warlock. I mean, was Diabolus like down bad? Like, what is Destro playing right now? Are they only playing the other tree? I think is it Hellcaller, the other tree? Like, did they never even step foot in Diabolist? Because these buffs are crazy. Ruination up by 35%. Wicked Cleave up by 15. Chaos Salvo up by 15. Fell Seeker up by 15. Gloom of Nathrazia now causes enemies marked by your Havoc to take 7% increased damage. Was 5. So, like, I guess Diabolist was down mega bad, and now they're not. I mean, these buffs are all huge. Really, really big buffs here. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. Arms Warrior, Whirlwind damage up by 100%. This has got to be a typo. Actually, no, it's not a typo. Sorry. I thought it was a typo, and then I realized it's not because I was playing Cleave. Here's what's really weird about this. If you're playing Slayer Arms Warrior, you're taking Cleave, which replaces Whirlwind. Why? Because Whirlwind does not apply deep wounds, but Cleave does. And Cleave has better synergy with things like Reap the Storm. Mortal Strike and Cleave when it hits more than 3 targets triggers a Reap the Storm, right? Very, very good. This applies deep wounds. Whirlwind does not. If you're playing Colossus, you're never pressing Whirlwind. Ever. You're pressing Thunderclap to put Rend on everything. And then you're probably pressing Cleave. If you don't take Cleave, you're just pressing Mortal Strikes on enemies with the Sweeping Strikes buff up, and you're getting mega stacks on Colossal Might. Because of Precise Might, you get extra stacks if you crit with a Mortal Strike. You're getting back to your next Demolish. Instead of Demolish being a 45-second cooldown, it ends up being like a 15 to 20-second cooldown if you're playing it correctly. But the bottom line is you don't take Whirlwind, and you don't press Whirlwind. And with Slayer, you basically always take Cleave. So I don't understand what we're doing here. What is the point of this? This is not buffing Cleave as far as I can tell. This does not buff Cleave damage. And even with this being buffed, my Whirlwind right now hits for 100k. My Cleave hits for 240k. If you double the damage of my Whirlwind, it's still only 200k, and it doesn't apply deep wounds. What are we doing here? There's no point in ever pressing Whirlwind. It's a bad global. I just don't know if they're not playing Arms or if I'm way off base. Let me know, please. Like, if I'm completely missing something here, then please tell me. But as far as I can tell, this is a useless button for Arms. Now, for Fury, it's a different story. They have to press Whirlwind to give them their AoE Cleave with all their other abilities, right? Whirlwind damage up by 120%. That's crazy, right? You could take Merciless Bone Grinder, I think, and just go crazy with that. Thunderclap damage up by 25%. Odin's Fury damage up by 30%. Mountain Thane Thunderblast up by 25%. Big. I mean, these are big. Big changes here. Was Fury like only playing Slayer and they never ever played the Mountain Thane version right now? Like, I don't know. I thought I always saw Mountain Thane on Fury Warrior. Maybe only in Mythic Plus. Let me know what you think about that. But those are big buffs to Fury. And there's a bunch of PvP stuff that I'm not going to cover. But either way, massive changes coming through to a lot of the builds that I play personally, which is really, really cool. Farseer Resto Shaman, I'm definitely going to check this out for sure. Lightsmith Holy Pally, that's my jam. That's what I've been doing right now. This is a massive buff to Hammer and Anvil. Preservation Evoker, I just started picking this thing up. I'm playing Chrono Warden Pres Evoker. I'm loving it. Really enjoying every moment of this thing, and damn, like, it's getting buffed as well. So very, very cool buffs. And I think Blizzard's trying to bring some of the specs in line with one another, like Prez coming in line with Og and Dev, and I would say Farseer, Resto Shaman. They're trying to make it on par with Totemic, which is fair because Totemic has been the only thing you should play for a long time now. So this is huge now that this is in. And then Lightsmith, they're trying to give it a little bit more love since it got Giga nerfed in Season 1. I think it's strong enough to handle all the content. I did a video on it recently. I mean, I think it's fine. So there's your buffs, guys. Very, very big buffs to certain classes. There's no nerfs in here at all as far as I can tell, which is kind of cool. Very, very cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thanks so much again for watching. I love y'all. I'll see you in the next one.